I always tell everybody, if you write an estimate, tell a story.
Oh yeah.
Don't just put that I need 8 hours to fix this dent. Why do you need 8 hours?
Hey everyone, it's Jeff at Opus IBS. Today we're with Shane. He is an area vice president here in the Southeast at a collision center. And we're going to talk to Shane about why collision is hard. So Shane, do you have any problems with insurance reimbursement when it comes to the repairs on the vehicles?
Honestly, we really don't have a lot of problems with that. And you know, we're very blessed here to where we have a lot of good working relationships with insurance companies. You know, we have over 20 DRPs that we represent at this location.
Wow.
You know, the biggest thing is learning the different rules to each insurance company, learning what they expect, building those relationships with your reps from those insurance companies so that you've got that person where if we've got a car that comes in and, hey, this customer was unhappy about this whenever they came in,
Sure.
you know, letting that communication work so that you're ahead of the game with them. And then just understanding the rules and you know, one of the keys that I always try to push for anytime I come to a shop is making sure that we're charged for everything that we can charge for that we do, but also doing everything that we put on there. And if you build that reputation with that insurance company and they know that, you know, well, we're going to say disconnect the battery because I'm going to have the door off for a while and I don't want the battery to die. You can get paid for that. But at the same time, you know, one, you need to document the file. This is what I did. This is why I did it. Take a picture of it disconnected just to show that, you know, hey, I'm not just saying that I did it.
Right.
We're doing this.
Documentation's key.
And once you build that rapport with those insurance companies and they know that, you know, you're doing it, I always tell everybody, if you write an estimate, tell a story.
Oh yeah. 100%.
Don't just put that I need 8 hours to fix this dent. Why do you need 8 hours? Well, I need 8 hours because I've got 2 body lines that are in this photo. I've got, you know, the damage covers this area. As long as you tell that story in that estimate, whenever you send it in, you're not going to have any problem getting payment back.
Right.
But if you send in an estimate to an insurance company and you don't take proper photos, you don't document, those are the times that those people are going to have trouble getting payment, because if they don't think that it's legit or justified, they're not going to want to pay until you can prove why it is. I mean, you know, they just want to be fair with everybody. And as long as you work with them and you're fair with them and you get that rapport, it's not that hard to collect on that money.
Right. We have the same thing, you know, at the dealership with, you know, the manufacturers, Audi and Volkswagen. I remember taking a documentation class with them, right, for warranty purposes. And we had what we call the 3 C's, concern, cause, and correction, right? You want to always cover those 3 C's. And if you could cover them, right, it validated the repair. They paid the claims on the vehicles, you know, when we were repairing the vehicles at the shop level.
I mean, prime example, I think, you know, you and I had discussed at one point that there were some places that had trouble, you know, say that they had trouble getting paid for scans.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've been to a lot of shops. Yeah, we just write it off. So we can't get paid.
We've never had trouble getting paid for those scans. The only thing that they ask for is an invoice showing that we did it. And I always, whenever we put our scans on our tickets, I put it in my notes every time. Per OEM procedures, you know, this is what's recommended. And I actually go as far as, because we are using the DriveSafe, so I'll actually put, because I'll have people question, well, why do we have a labor charge? And, you know, you're also doing a sublet charge. I'll put in the notes, you know, per OEM procedures, performed by Opus DriveSafe with the aid of our technician. And I've never had any problem with a single insurance company paying it. And, you know, one of the good things about using that unit as well is you guys also send us that OEM statement.
Oh, yeah, the OEM scan report. Yeah, yeah.
You know, so by having that, we've never had a problem with it. But I hear people say all the time that they have to fight for these. And, you know, like I said, it's all about documentation. It's all about building that rapport.
Right. I've talked to some managers, they actually use that OE report and they print it out and they give it to the customer with the paperwork when they pick up their car, you know, and they, you know, maybe to boost their surveys or whatever the hell it might be, right? They're giving a customer a copy of that, essentially showing that, hey, you know, we basically took your car to the dealership and got it scanned and we got a clean bill of health, you know, so your car is in good hands when you get it back. So Does having the DriveSafe integrated into CCC, does that help you with insurance reimbursements in any way?
Absolutely, because I mean, you know, the way our DRP assignments are set up, whenever we get that assignment, most, not all, but most of our insurance companies can directly see everything that we're putting in that estimate.
Right.
It's all shared electronically. So by having that there, one, they're seeing that report, they're seeing the invoice. I mean, everything, you know, it makes things easier for my parts people as far as, or my estimators having to put that billing in, because you send the invoice directly over. So all we have to do is accept it. We have that information readily available for them. I mean, it's, you know, just the documentation and everything that it sends, and the fact that the old way was we'd have to go print out this, take a picture of this, put it in, scan it in. You know, by having it integrated like it is, it's just automatically there, and it just saves time and effort on our part where we can focus more on some of the other things.
What about ADAS calibrations? You guys going to the dealer, you subletting, are you using Opus?
So we do some sublet. We have a vendor that comes on site that does some of those for the ones that require targets. A lot of our calibrations we do in-house using the Opus scan tool.
Those would be like dynamic calibrations because you guys don't have targets?
Correct. We do the dynamic calibrations. And, you know, it's really worked out great for us. In fact, I just had you guys come out back in December, because I was at one of our locations, was actually talking to the manager, was looking over some sublet stuff that they had done, and saw a Chevy Colorado that they had paid an outside vendor to come do the calibration. Well, as soon as I saw that, I knew that that was a calibration we could have done in-house using the DriveSafe. So I asked him about it, and, you know, and you could just tell by the look on his face, he had no idea we even had that,
headlights.
You know, that ability to do that. So that's why, you know, I made a call to our rep with you guys, and Stephen was nice enough. He came out here, sat with us for 4 days. We did a class. I had every manager from every location sit through a class 1 day with him.
Good.
And then he came out to the individual locations and kind of went over some things. But, you know, it allowed them to see just how much stuff we could be doing in-house versus having to wait for that sublet vendor. You know, and the tool has give us the ability to, by having to be able to do it in-house, we're not having to wait for the time for a vendor. We're obviously able to keep all that money in-house.
Right.
You know, just the ease of doing it that way, and just the money that, you know, it has saved us in time and everything. Because with our insurance companies, we're graded on how long we had that vehicle.
Yeah.
So
something that if you subletted the car, it might have taken a couple hours for the guy to get here, or sits at the dealership for a week, right? Because I know from my experience being at the dealer when the collision cars came in, you know, we did those later. We weren't messing with them now. So having the DriveSafe and being able to do these dynamic calibrations in-house, half hour, 45 minutes, car's done on your time when you need to get it done, right?
Absolutely. And it's something that my technician can do. Puts money in their pocket. Well, guess what? As long as they're making money, the shop's making money. You know, I've told every technician I've ever had, which I came from a technician background, so I know their side of things. But, you know, I tell every technician I've ever had, I want you to make as much money as you possibly can, because the only way that this shop can make money is if you make money.
Correct.
You know, and the key to them making money is the more work we can do in-house, the more money that we can generate. You know, we've recently been working on, I've got several people that we've been sending to glass school, so that we start doing all of our glasses in-house.
So we need to get you some Opus targets out here and get you guys calibrating some Asian vehicle radar.
It's possibly coming in the near future. That's actually in talks right now. So we're wanting to move in that direction and try to do as much in-house as we can. You know, because if I had to call our vendor now, and we've got a very good vendor that comes in to do that, but, you know, if I call him at lunchtime today, there's a chance he could be here this afternoon, but more than likely it's going to be tomorrow before he can ever be here. And that's one extra day of time that we're losing on that vehicle, where if it's something we can do right then, we can have that car going home that afternoon.
Yep. Well, hopefully you get us set. I'd love to come back out here and show you guys how to use them.
Absolutely.
Awesome. All right, everybody, that's going to sum up today's interview with Shane. I hope you guys all found this informative. If If you got any questions, come see us at opusibs.com.